Hello, and welcome to Retail Code, the podcast where we unpack Tunisia's home appliances retail environment. So this is Alaa from Trendfield Force Agency, and today we start our journey to Decode home appliances retail environment in Tunisia. So over the course of this podcast, we'll discuss and we'll share with you official market overview, official market clusters, distributors, channels. We'll have the discussion regarding market size for TV, refrigerator, washing machines, sell-out trends and market shares, and also sell-out by segments. So let's move and let's begin with the big picture, which is the retail phase. And actually in Tunisia, we don't have just one phase of retail environment. We actually have three. So we start with the first one, which is the official market, which is the area located in green. So official means brands and distributors, they are operating under legal importation. Distributors, they are having a clear after-sales service and they have national coverage. So this is for the first phase. The second phase, it's the souk market, here represented by the black triangles. In Tunisia, we call it the gray and black market since they have legally imported goods from Europe. They have goods officially imported by official distributors, but in souk market you will find the price lower than let's say distributors price list. And the third reason is you will find also goods from illegal importation coming from Libya and Algeria. Since we are talking about illegal importation, so automatically we are talking about the third phase of retail environment, which is the black market. Here we define it by two areas. The yellow one, which is the zone or the area affected by the Libyan market, and the orange area, which is affected by the Algerian market. So with this mix of three phases, this makes Tunisia one of the most complex retail environment in North Africa. Now, from a macro perspective, during the year 2024, Tunisia saw a decrease in market demand. And this is not me saying that, it's the World Bank. So even with lower demand, consumers, they are still buying, they just buy smarter. The price sensitivity is rising, but loyalty to strong brands remains. That's why distributors who are managing well their availability, visibility, and promotions, they are keeping the edge in the Tunisian market. And when we are talking about promotions, we are not talking about promotions on the spot. We are talking about pre-planned promotions. Okay, so now let's move to something more interesting, which is the geography of retail power. So let's say with only 9 cities, which are presenting almost 60% of total population, you can generate more than 80% of total home appliances turnover for the official market. And as you can see, it's all located, or let's say the store concentration on the map, it's all on the coastal area. So here for the coastal area, we can define 3 maximum to 4 zones. So for my classification, let's have 3 zones. The first one is Grand Tunis. We can include Bizerte City to the zone, to the cluster. The second cluster is Sahel area, which includes Sousse, Monastir, Mahdia. You can also add Nebel City to the cluster. And the third one is Sfax zone, since we are talking about here plus 1 million inhabitants. For other retail managers, they can add another cluster, which is Nebel City, which include Nebel, Hamamet, Qlibia, and we call it here in Tunisia Kaban cluster. So we have 3 to maximum 4 clusters for let's say retail clusters for something that let's say for the concentration of the stores that they are locating on the coastal area. It's simple, since we are talking about here official market distributors, they are located there. The purchasing power for the coastal area is higher, and also we are talking about the logistics in coastal area are better than comparing to inland region. And if you remember from the previous map, inland region still heavily depending on illegal product importation. Okay, so here, if you are a retail manager, just think about this. Rural, let's say, urban and coastal, they are connected, and over the 9 cities, you can build your retail strategy, and you can, let's say, optimize your retail future investments. So here, if you are talking about 3.4 million households, with these 9 cities, we are targeting, let's say, 60%. So you can build your retail strategy around 2.1 million households. Okay, so let's, if you are still following us till now, we need to mention our sponsor for this episode, which is electronics.tn, which is the best address for IT and home appliances goods purchase. So for this, for our sponsor, they have major brands at affordable prices, and also they have an exceptional customer experience there. So let's move now and let's zoom on official market distributors. So from our side, we put only these five distributors, since we think these 5 define the landscape of distribution of home appliances in Tunisia. And let's start with the biggest one, the first one, which is Al Athir Group. Al Athir Group, they have been operating in the Tunisian market since 1965, and major brands, they are always seeking partnership with Al Athir Group thanks to their financial capability and also their market coverage. So over the years, they are expanding brands, lineups, and their relationship with the market, which makes them the number 1 distributor of home appliances. Number 2, we mentioned Ben Ayed through his companies SIM and Mega. They are having Telefunken, Toshiba, and Grey. This distributor is very strong in Sfax City, also in Hyper Channel. Yet for the last 2 years, they have been facing some shortages due to the, let's say, unstable supply chain and freight cost. The number 3 is New Star. New Star, they have New Star and Arshalik. This distributor is known with entry-level products. Yet for the last 2 years, he has been concentrating more on export to the Libyan market rather than the local Tunisian market. Okay, so number 4 is Condor. They are having Condor and Hisense. My thinking regarding Condor, they have the best relationship with independent resellers and wholesalers. They are changing the market, let's say, for the previous years. They are doing an amazing job, let's say, in terms of coverage, and their coverage, if it's not similar to Al Athir, we can say better. Number 5 is CDCD, the historical partner for Whirlpool brand. For me, I consider CDCD the constant of the market. Since his turnover over the years, it has been almost the same. And if we can mention also 3 other distributors during 2025, they are making an amazing job. We mentioned Smart Tunisia, which is the biggest IT distributor in Tunisia with over 300 million TND as a turnover. He introduced Ariston and Thomson brands into the Tunisian market, and we are expecting with such structure and financial capability, these 2 brands, they can have better market share in the future. The second one is Mondial Comfort. He is the distributor behind Maxwell and Beko. They are making a huge in-store investment and market coverage, and they are relaunching the 2 brands into the Tunisian market. So we are expecting also a good market share in the near future for Beko and Maxwell. The third distributor is Select Tunisia. They are having Premium, Silverline, and Hyundai. Especially for Hyundai, during Ramadan, they launched an introduction campaign for Hyundai, and it was at a national coverage. It was a very good campaign, and we are expecting also that Hyundai brand market share will be better in the near future. So this is as mentioned for Tunisia distributors. Let's say if I have an advice for all distributors figuring here, or any distributor who is working in the Tunisian market, just you need to adapt your distribution strategy to the new market logic and new consumer behavior in Tunisia. So Tunisian consumers, they are pragmatic, which means they are not following blindly, let's say, global trends. They are adapting it to their budget or to their pocket. For the previous years, we can clearly see the move towards, let's say, value for money product. So everyone is looking for bigger screens, larger refrigerators, better washing machines, yet at affordable prices. What I mean by value for product, for money product, I do not only focus on prices, but I mention the whole, that you need to attract your consumers through visibility, availability, and promotions that are well planned. My expectation is for the near future that all distributors, they will focus more on Egypt and Algerian factories rather than importing from other countries. So this is till now. If you are a retailer or a brand manager, I want you just to remember these things. Visibility beats advertising in Tunisia. Shopper's decision is made in store, and your shelf presence, not your billboard, defines your market share. So that's it for this episode, which is Tunisia Retail Pulse, the big picture. For the next episode, we will dive into official market channels. So don't forget to subscribe and share this with your team if you are in the field or marketing world. See you soon في الابيزود الجاي. Thank you.